Woo! The power has been with you all along. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Trey Michael, and this is another segment of Applied Consciousness. I hope you're having a blessed is another reference for be less. I'm trying to start focusing on the words that I'm saying. I hope you have you've been having a wonderful December. I know you haven't seen me in a while. I have been redefining my beliefs. I've been questioning my reality. I've been diving deeper inside of myself. I want to ask you all a question today. I want you to, if you're busy, this is not a video for you. This is a video for someone who is attempting to think deep. Someone who has the time to think deep. I've come to this understanding. I've come to this overstanding that we refuse as human beings to go deeper to the core of the causation. And I'm going to explain what I mean. Matter of fact, I'm going to explain it by giving you something that occurred to me. I had a guy who I'd known for years. I actually knew this gentleman during the time where I was living in what I call the 3D, the lower frequency. And as I raised my frequency, I began to reconnect with the gentleman, attempting to install into him the values and principles that I learned. And yesterday was the first day that I had to make an honest decision to say, I have to cut ties with that gentleman. It's not really him that I'm cutting ties from. It was the energy that he was resonating. That gentleman, because of my refusal to understand that good doesn't mean to be out there and give your all to something that's not willing, because that's what my belief was. If I'm good, then I should give my all to this brother because I love him. I love all people, and especially people that I've had the opportunity to be involved in their lives. And I had actually had that feeling to cut ties way before. And then the gentleman calls me and he says that I know you've been messing with my baby's mother. Let me just pause one more time. That I had been messing with his baby's mother. Now, at first, my human mind refused to go deeper. It tried to logic, where does he conjure these things from? Where did this come from? Why am I experiencing this? Let me put this gum down. Why am I experiencing this in my reality? So on the surface, which is where most of us humans like to go to look for problems, because the surface is a little bit easier for you to analyze or see because it's just right there on the surface. So on the surface, I was trying to figure it out and I just couldn't. But as I dug deeper, spent hours diving deep inside of myself to say, what is in me that allowed this to occur to me? Because I haven't seen his baby's mother since I moved to Texas in 2015. His children I see. I've bought Christmas gifts, birthday presents, taking his children out on vacations. I don't communicate, nor did I know of his baby mother this way. And when I dove deep inside of myself, which is what I'm hoping that you deep divers are doing or will take the time out to do. I said, as within, so without. So I no longer looked and said, what is his problem? I said, what is my problem? And as I dove deeper, I realized that I was distorting his frequency. The reality that I was living, the reality that I am living, it was distorting his frequency because I was not supposed to be at that period of time in his reality. See, when I say distortion of frequency, I'm going to explain this going negative and positive so that you can learn the balance. If I am having cell phone interruptions, have you ever had that, cell phone interruptions, when you can actually hear other people on the phone, but they're not actually on your line? Your frequencies are intertwining together and you kind of can pick up what they're hearing. They may be able to pick up what you're hearing. I'm not sure. I can only tell from what I heard them on the phone. Or when you have a certain radio station that's close to its tower because it's vibrating at the same frequency or resonating at the same frequency. And the further you pull away from that radio tower on that same channel, you will begin to start to hear the frequency of a radio station close by. It'll begin to static out. Either it'll go out or you will went into another reality or another zone, which that radio station is the same there, and you pick up that frequency. What I'm trying to say was, it was me trying to force my experiences on this young man that caused his frequency to be distorted, which caused him to see my success in business, to see my happy family, to see me being with my children and things of this nature, which I perceived would be something that is joyful to him. But because I was attempting to force upon him my experience, I began to go into his reality and distort his frequency. So even after that, once I looked at cause and effect, I realized that I was the cause of my brother having this mental breakdown and beliefs that have no grounding in reality. So from that experience, now I have to go back and re-question to myself, how do I approach the world that lives in a lower frequency? Do I try to force it by constantly trying to be in their view, to express to them my experience, to show it? And the answer for me at this now moment, again, I'll re-question this again, which I hope you always go back to re-question what you think now, because when you were in first grade, what you learned in first grade is not successful for you to learn in the 8th grade. You can't say, well, I'm an A student in first grade, so that means I'll be an A student in the 8th grade. No, you have to learn new things. You have to re-question, re-understand, re-overstand so that you're effective in your conscious principle, which is the definition of applied consciousness. So to level up so that you can apply consciousness into your reality. And right now I'm going to try a new approach. I'm going to be around and chill around those that vibrate at my frequency. And when I happen to encounter or in the facility of those that live on the lower realm, I will not try to impose my beliefs or impose my viewpoints. I will be a listener. I will be able to be the light regardless by shining love, light, joy, peace, things that the world yearns for. And I'll do it without trying to make an impression on those people. Because if they truly want it, they'll know that they can get it from me. But I will not give that until they ask of it from me, because I understand now that I can distort people's frequency. I'm saying all of that to say this to you. If you're listening to me now, that means you're probably on my wavelength. and you're a deep diver. You're someone who says, I want to grow. I want to grow mentally. I want to grow physically. I want to grow financially. I want to grow spiritually. And in order to grow spiritually, physically, financially, mentally, you're going to have to go back and question what you need to let go of and what you need to be able to redefine in your reality. This is a very hard thing because I've said it before in another video. Once you get rid of the outer surface, you believe that you are enlightened. When then I keep telling you that there is no end to enlightenment. Just because you cleared the surface does not mean the interior is clean. So you have to peel back the next layer, dive deeper, question that reality. Because when you question your reality or you question your beliefs, all you're doing is asking God, the universe, the creator, the 0 point energy, the thing of that creates the essence of love. You're saying, I want to learn more. Therefore, I can become more. I'm saying this because that's a difficult task. And that's why I haven't been getting on YouTube right now, because I want to be able to give to you, the viewers, my best version of myself at that present moment. And I want to make sure that I have questioned deeply inside of myself these viewpoints, these perceptions of reality that I'm experiencing, so that when I utter those from my mouth to you, that they can have an effect that has or they can create a cause that has a great effect in your life. So go to your quiet place, go outside, go into your room, your bathroom, wherever you're at, spend some time re-questioning what you're believing, re-questioning what's going on in your reality. And exactly if you're seeing something outside of you that you're not liking, and it seems like you're dreading to experience this, don't go and dissect the outer layer and find out what's wrong with them. Go inside of you and ask yourself, if the truth is as within, so without, then what's outside of me is a representation of what's in, which is giving me a sign that there's something inside of me that needs to change. It's the same thing as having a headache or sinus drainage. It's something, the external is expressing to you that something needs to be changed or fixed within you. And when you do that, I am convinced that, well, then you'll just say, woo, the power had been with me and been with you all along. Hey, live, love, and laugh. Peace.